Ladies and gentlemen, it is your host here. That is right. It is Team Right. Anywho, how's everyone doing on this Thursday's edition? I am doing very well. Plus, also, it is game one of the NBA Finals. If anyone is going to watch the NBA Finals, you got the Pacers versus the Oklahoma Thunder. I don't care who wins this NBA series. I just want to be a good one. Maybe go to 6 games or 7. Is anybody going to watch tonight or maybe not? We'll see when the ratings come out. Okay, now don't worry. I'll discuss my social media accounts when this video is completely over. Now I want you guys and girls to sit back, relax, put your feet up, grab some meat, or grab something to eat, or maybe just maybe you want to chill like a villain and hear my thoughts, my opinions on the subject. And of course, the link will be down below, or the article will be down below. Now pay attention, my viewers. There will be a link. Double click it, and you can automatically get the podcast. You could just listen to it if anyone is curious. Okay, on a recent edition of their Taken in Shop podcast, the former WWE superstars, the Good Brothers, Doc Goodwin, probably messed up, and Carl Anderson weigh in and surprise in the news that WWE choose not to renew R-Truth's contract and all that information. Now let me discuss about the Good Brothers. Good friends with AJ Styles. Every time the WWE bring these guys in, they don't use them properly. Or they might use them for a little bit, and then they had nothing for them, and then before you know it, they just wasting the WWE's money. They're just sitting on the sidelines. So they're not gonna come back for the WWE anymore. Now I'm not a fan of them whatsoever. Now maybe in other wrestling companies like New Japan, they're on fire because it seems like WWE does not give a flying crap about them at all. That's how it is. Do you think this is a huge loss or not? Let me know what you think. Now, back to R-Truth. Off the record, I heard that R-Truth were, accepting a new deal. I think a contract extension, but he turned it down. So I don't know what to believe or not. He's 50 years old. I know you're gonna say age does not matter. He's like a comic relief, and he is. He does that most of it backstage. He hardly wrestles, and maybe eventually they will bring him back with the Legend contract. He deserves it. Any of these guys who got released recently, he deserves it. Forget the other people. No offense, okay? He deserves it. He's been around since the Attitude Era, so he's like one of those leftovers that he still has a lot of history with this company. Not a lot of other people, except John Cena, but John Cena was never part of the Attitude Era. Now, I don't know what's next with the Good Brothers. For me, it really does not. I'm not really a fan of them at all in this company. I was kind of excited when they first debuted a couple years ago, but they give my crappy storylines and then nothing. I know they won tag team belts. I don't know how many times, but not as much as the New Day. But I really think at the time that McMahon did not give a flying crap about him or any of his cronies, because if so, they would push a lot more often than the New Day back then. But that's how it is. But maybe they didn't like their work ethic. Maybe they didn't like their promos back then or the segments. So I don't know what's the real reason they didn't get a major push once in a while, But these guys probably will go back to New Japan, or maybe they're gonna call it quits. So I don't know. All the information down below if you want to read it, or just listen to the podcast. Now probably AJ Styles is bummed out again, like he did last time. And AJ Styles just recently had a birthday. Now I don't know when his AJ Styles contract is going to expire, because once his contract expires, they're going to let it run out. They're not going to fire these people. And then this company, TKO, has tons of money to piss away. They do. They look like they bring in a lot of these guys from the Rikishi family the Samoas instead of guys that are not recognized. I guess they want to keep it in the family. I don't know. It's not really fair. They release all these guys, right? And then they bring in the Samoas, probably give them a big fat contract and more TV time, part of the Bloodline storyline, and that's it. I guess the Bloodline storyline will never die, you know? So, I mean, I don't mind the Bloodline storyline at first, but for me, it definitely runs its course. How long can you keep pushing this? Jesus, you know? So that's all I have to say. Eventually, it's going to die, right? Completely. Nothing lasts forever in this company. We all know that. Anyway, sorry for rambling. Follow me on Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. All my social media accounts will be down below. Now, if you want to be part of my show, that'll be delightful. If not, that's okay. I will definitely be back sometime tonight. And if you're not going to resign R-Truth, give him a flipping legend contract. He deserves it. Please make that happening. We love to see that happen.